Good evening, dear friends. I'm streaming for you again, and today's topic is delusions in spiritual development. Let's talk today about foundation of life. Now, spiritual development becomes a trend. Many people go to Tibet or to other places and try to open their higher self and to do it very quickly. Other people are wondering how much wealth they can gain after that, and how many money to earn, what material resources to get. Many people are searching for self-interest in spiritual development. So I suggest you to talk about spiritual development, what is the true spiritual growth, and what tasks are in this growth, and what is true purposes in this path. I have been learning with many people for many years, and most of them have such questions that if I will develop, will learn higher spiritual knowledge, work with the energy practices, but what will I get after that? How many resources, how much money I will get? Really many people are wondering about this. And many people think that thanks to the spiritual development, I will find a new job, I will find a new partner, and will earn a lot of money. So these people have some self-interest and material goal in this. So let's discuss what is the right path of spiritual development and what is the real meaning of this process. My friends, your nature is divine source, divine nature. You are the children of God. You are those who are created in the image and likeness of the Creator. And it means that you have all that the Creator, God, has. So the task, the main purpose for each of you on your path of evolution, to reveal your true inner nature. You, as children of God, has triune inner state. Within each of you, there is body, spirit, and soul. Inside each of you, there is a soul that gives you a lot of possibilities, and your task is to reveal it within yourself. And many spiritual teachers knew this in the past, and other spiritual personalities tried to reveal it to you and help you to create such a process of development so that you will be able to open this divine nature. In the past, people really were more spiritual. You call them more religious people, and let it be so. You can call it with this word. But those people in the past really were more spiritual, because their attitude to God and their moral values were the indicator of their spirituality. But when in the 20th century, in the 15th, 16th of 20th century, your values were replaced and diluted, and the system distorted all life values for you, and they made material things, material resources, material life and goods for you as the main. And people after that started to reach the material goals and to earn more money, more wealth. And during these years, the humanity went far away from their real purpose in this life. Even spiritual and moral values people considered and calculated in the material things and amount. But this process was created in purpose by the system, so that all people considered as a norm to sold their souls, their lives, their morality for money. And now we see this everywhere. We are witnesses of these processes when there is no mercy, kindness, and patience, when people forgot about their real divine nature and don't want to develop this true nature. But the boomerang is coming back, and the boomerang of the materialism shows us that many people have lost their real life values, but they cannot defend themselves, their lives, the lives of their children, and they have lost their health, their happiness. Many of them have lost their lives and souls, and they cannot buy it for money. They have lost the inner peace, emotional balance, and normal state of their mind. But of course, when such people are in search of a knowledge and a teacher, in the search of revealing of higher self, and many people know only about this, and they don't know about other processes of spiritual growth. They try to find some training, seminars, but again, having the old habits, they try to aim this only to material wealth and think only about the happiness or self-interest, some results that they can have in material life thanks to this knowledge. But this is the global delusion of many people of this planet. And we see how much many people are deluded in this delusion. But you can ask me that if you teach us that humans should undergo 3 stages of development on the path to the paradise, returning to our home, material, semi-material, and spiritual stages of development. I know this, friends, and I also experienced this material life with you on this planet. But it's not the basis of your path of evolution. It's the first stage, but it's not the basis. And all your material processes, events, you will not take this material things and resources with yourself after this life. And people who died yesterday, last month, no one took anything with them to that world, altered world. No property, no houses or money. They took only memory and experience that they gained here in their lives. And very often they had only destructive, negative experience, because most of their lives were spent in the material, the running for material wealth. And if people betrayed someone, killed and deceived someone to get more money, then first they have lost the meaning of their life, and after material life and physical death, in the subtle space, they are experiences this reality that they have earned, they have accumulated during this life experience. That's why all politicians, rich people who used other people, killed other people, some leaders who deceived and killed their people, they are tormenting so much in this subtle dimension that you cannot imagine. So humans in this material life, material plane of life, have to work and learn and set goals, reach their goals. But the most important matter is in what way you reach your goals, so that you have no such results as the father of the main character of the movie What Dreams May Come, when this main character, the man, saw his father on the altered world, subtle dimension, when he was going on the heads of other people. And that was the souls of people who were going over the corpse of other people. And for example, modern politicians do the same. Because of their work, as they say, they deceive and betray and deceive other people, use them to earn more money. And they say that these are our work and we have to do this. That's why the research is saying that who is the first here in this life will be at the last places on the heaven, and on the contrary, who is in the last place here will be on the first there. That's why it's very important what are your purposes in spiritual development. And if people are looking for material goals and results, this is a very serious delusion. So, what should you develop in yourself? Many businessmen can say that I have a business, I have money, I have family, my wife and children, everything is fine in my life. What should I wish more? And Jesus Christ once told in that times when he worked, he also worked with many rich people, and so he told that it's easiest wear a thick robe to enter the needle than the a rich person to enter the paradise. So many people are thinking about the material interest after they work, after the spiritual practices too. So, my dear friends, think what will you take after this life with you in the new subtle dimension, where you will leave your physical body and you will not take money and your property, and you will take only your memory that and your inner state that you achieved, that you have accumulated during this life, and that you developed during this running to money and wealth. That's why to have a wonderful life in the subtle space after life experience, you need to have a right and wonderful life here. And sometimes people say that I'm teaching you to be poor, and that I say that money is bad things. But don't tell these friends. They give you possibilities, they give you new experience, many possibilities in life, and comfort is very good. But the most important, how do you earn them? In what way? And if you earn money with your honest work, and you help your family and other people to live a wonderful life, this will be the highest value in your life and on your life growth. So, how should you develop spiritually, and what can you have due to this experience and this growth? Now, I will try to explain it to you in details on the basis of my life experience and even better on the experience of my learners, because I am not the best example for you. You cannot compare my life to your own life, but I have many, many learners who came to me in very difficult circumstances, but now they have overcome this and have very wonderful results. So, friends, what spiritual development gives you? This is the development of your divine nature and revealing of your true capabilities and states of life, your skills and capabilities that you can reveal and develop here in material life. Here, your purpose is to learn to control yourself, your inner state, your emotions, feelings, and thoughts. The second, to learn to manage your energy. The third goal is to learn how to develop very great and intensive effective energy potential. And then for such people everything is possible, because thanks to this energy potential and skills to manage it, you can reach anything. Only when you have energy you can fulfill your plans, your dreams, make your dreams come true, and to reach your goals. So the ability to control yourself and your energy open to you the greatest possibilities in this life and the gifts of this world. And only then a spiritual person who is conscious, who have the right values, moral values, he can be constructive, creative, and to help this world, adorn and improve this world, help other people to live wonderful life. And of course, he can manage his financial wealth, his personal life, family life, and every day of his life. And friends, is it so small? But many people say that they have other wishes, that when I will earn million, then I will come for spiritual growth. And maybe after that you will not want the spiritual development, because maybe you will do so much wrongdoings, you will make so many mistakes that you will need only to correct these mistakes. Because friends, you know that we need to pay for everything in this life and in the altered world, nether world. And there is the law of the cosmos, and we cannot change them, because it is created by the highest spiritual, higher mind and spiritual beings who created all of us and the whole cosmos. That's why you need to direct your energy potential and all possibilities of your soul to improve and to reveal in your potential and capabilities of your soul. And friends, the Creator does not want you to suffer. He wants your wealth and happiness, and you have it in your life. But He wants you to have it due to the spiritual growth with the highest vibrations and great divine energy in yourself. He wants you to have these gifts of life not through the egoism and deceitful and egoistic states of life, lie and betrayers. Only through your love, kindness, and morality and right goals and inner states. And only then you will be pleased having this money and this wealth, and you will not have sadness and grief and sorrow and suffering. You will think that I have wealth and happiness and health, everything that I can wish, but it's not enough to me. I want to help other people, because if all people will be rich, will be happy, then all countries will be happy and the world will be happy, and there will not be suffering, wars, and homosexuality or other deviation in life. All people will be happy, and there will be more and more such people. So will be wars in the world, betrayers, murders, if all people will be such, and people will not be afraid of each other. Although now we live in such a time when people are afraid to go out and they are insecure in their future. And how do you think all this exists in vain? No, friends, it's the boomerang for people who have sold their souls for money, and each of them receives the boomerang in their own way. Some of them is betrayed, some of them is killed, some of them lost everything in their lives, all their properties. Some people have lost their freedom and identity. So everyone gets their own results, effects, or karma boomerang. So all these destructive processes that we see now around us in the world is the boomerang for everyone. And in the 60s of 20th century, Alan Dulles from USA told that we will replace your life values. So it was the plan. All this was created deliberately, and they knew the system, the government, the governors knew how to lead you to the state of panic, this fear, and this destruction. But friends, now we have what we have, but we need to get out of this. You need to help yourself. So friends, only if you will strive to self-cognition and self-improvement, you will get this way out. So the self-improvement and self-development should be at the first place for you. You need to recognize yourself, your inner state, your true divine nature, and reveal this nature and your values, your divine inner state of the soul, and then direct this to creating yourself and helping yourself and the humanity, and revealing your divine potential and energy. You need to take care of everything around you. Take care of other people, the nature, animals, everything. You need to see God in everyone, in every person. And you can ask, how can we see God in every person if they are so ugly, so destructive? Yes, friends, there are such people who have lost their human nature. They cease to be people. They just are serving to the dark forces. But exactly such people who are not humans anymore will leave this planet, this life very soon. But for us, it's very important during the next 5 or 6 years to wake up from this empty and deluded dream of materialism, and each of us need to feel this inner truth, and not only feel, but to reveal this divine nature, divine potential. During these future years, more people need to feel their souls, reveal and open their souls to expand the possibilities of their soul and unite with their minds, so that not the egoistic entity will control their minds, but their souls. Only in this case, these people will stop to make mistakes. Yes, these people will need to work more and harder, but their goals will be much wonderful. And because they will not be egoistic, they will be the wishes of their souls. And it's so wonderful, friends. This is the greatest of this life. But you can reach this and have these possibilities only if you take the right path. Since now there are so many traps, and in spiritual development too, and so many promises you hear from many spiritual sects. This is deception when someone tells you that if you will go to India to some retreat, you will open your higher self at once. But this is the deception. These people are ready to tell you everything that they can, that you want to hear, just to force you to come and to give them money. But friends, as I told you that all these promises are delusions. As I told you, spiritual development, this is the hardest way and the hardest and the most complicated work on yourself. But this is the most wonderful path at the same time. So friends, if you feel this desire and thirst and aspiration to this, it suggests that you will reach this. Definitely, you will have this result. But so this way of revealing God in yourself is the greatest path, because this is the path of revealing a super person in yourself. It means to open superpowers and divine capabilities in yourself. But if someone tells you that come to us for regressive hypnosis session, and then you will go out after this session with the open subconsciousness and the matrix, with all destructive programs that will be open, unfolded during this session, but you would not have time to work and erase it, work with it, erase it, and correct this. And then people are thinking, what are the reasons of their difficulties, problems, emotional problems? Why I cannot define where is real reality and the subtle dimension that I see? How can I return myself? They have lost their self and their normal mental state. And these are the results of the regressive hypnosis, friends. That's why when you take the path of spiritual development, your goal is do everything right with the help of the master and with the right readiness and preparation, because only the true teacher, master of the high level, can define when you are ready to the next level of energy practices. Because when you learn the energy practice and you are ready to this, you can develop and possess, master this instrument, and only then you can direct this energy and this method, this instrument, to improve in your life. Because friends, all this is clear. This world is material and is wrong, is distorted. It leads you to the abyss and material trap, And many of you live on these laws of the material world. That's why you need to learn these laws of material world, understand it correctly, but to serve to the laws of the spirit and energy and the possibilities, divine possibilities and knowledge that God, the Creator and higher mind is revealing to you. Only then you will have the right results and wealth and health and prosperity and happiness. But to learn to manage this energy and instruments, you need to control yourself, change your material values to spiritual values, not to live thinking only about this day, to betray or deceive someone to get more material things and money, but to live on the basis of desire to live for eternity, for your eternal soul and its purposes. And when people say that we live just once, it's one of the delusions. You live once only in this physical body, but your soul is eternal. The soul is eternal and lives many, many lives, many hundred lives, friends. All people who now live on the planet have lived several hundred of lives or incarnations, you can say. This week I'm conducting the fourth level of studying, and a very, very important people and unusual group is studying. They can share with you that they learned their past incarnation and they know definitely how many lives they lived. And they estimated, rethink their life because they knew that the experience of their past lives played very important role, and everything that they have now in this current life they have earned in their past lives due to their past decisions. They know this definitely and clearly because they experienced it on their own. But for an ordinary person, it's fairy tales. Like many Thomas unbelievers say that how can you tell about afterlife experience? You did not die, you don't know about this. But friends, it happened so many times. Many scientists died for several minutes, then they returned to life, revived, and they told you that the life continues, that yes, you can leave this physical body, but the life never ends. You live in another state, in the subtle state of your subtle bodies and energy and soul. But this reality in subtle dimension can be awful and can be wonderful. It depends only on the life experience that you have gained here in this material, physical life, physical body. And it does not matter how many lives, how many times you can change your heart. Maybe you know about this. One of the leader of our world who 6 times had the surgery on the heart, changed his heart, but nevertheless a person died. So this life is temporary. So you need to live for the eternal life and understand that this life that you live in this physical body is just a part, and you live in eternity. Your soul is eternal. And of course, you will live in the next world in eternity if you will have prepared yourself to this eternity. So life is the most precious thing. I even don't tell you about other world, more developed worlds and planets when where people come after this life on the earth. A wonderful, very developed world when people can open their divine potential much more. It's such a wonderful world where there is no deception, no lie, no hatred, aggression, or wars. Everything is impossible there. All people are spiritually developing and they live on the basis of moral values, high morality. All people are working and taking care of each other, and all of them pay for the work of each other because they know that they live according to the laws of God, laws of the cosmos. And why people on this planet attitude to knowledge so lightly? Because there is practically no real highest knowledge here in institutes, in universities, at schools. There is knowledge, true knowledge, practically absent on the earth. In our international online school for children of the future, we give this true higher knowledge for people, give it to children, and they possess the possibilities, the potential of their souls. They learn how to control their emotions, their thoughts, and mental states. But how many schools you know at such a level on the planet? But it's the basis of life. This knowledge are the basis of our life, and everyone should learn this. You can tell that I gave you and explain you so much today and so intensively, because friends, I want you to know this. And because I know that so many people are deluded and they are searching for a light way in life and in spiritual development. But there is no light and easy way. There is just way of revealing your divine nature and revealing God in yourself. And how do you think it is the easiest process? No, it's very complicated and hard work on yourself, but this is the greatest path. And it's so wonderful when you start feeling this revealing of your soul, your sensitivity, your superpowers, extrasensory abilities, when you know how to choose right, to make decisions, how to heal your health or health of another person, restore his mental state, how to create such the energy state that will fill and restore him, how to help your loved ones, your family members. This is so much for you, so precious things. But many people, most of the people, are going to blindly to the abyss, to nowhere, and blinds lead blinds. Now many people go crazy and have become insane. Now psychiatric clinics are overcrowded. Can you imagine that it's really very hard to find a place in psychiatric clinics? Can you imagine in what time we live now? These are the results of the humanity. And why? Since the souls of many people have taken the wrong path. And I can tell you as the specialist that when a person starts spiritually developing, but he takes the wrong astral path, for example, regressive hypnosis or astral flights, yes, it's interesting methods and quick results you can feel, but it's so dangerous that you can fly away and don't return to your body, and your soul will be lost in the astral space, or to open subconsciousness after regressive hypnosis and not close, and then to see these horrible past lives and monsters, all destructive, horrible things. And when you cannot define where is reality and where is your past life. So don't believe these hypnologists. I know that many of you tried these sessions, this hypnosis, and you know what I'm talking about. Of course, you need to figure out with your past experience, because it influences, this experience influences your current life. So this is one of your tasks in this life, but you should do this in the right way, after very serious preparation. And this preparation should take several years. And during these years, you are preparing with the energy practices that can defend you from that influence. And you should do this with the master, with the spiritual teacher who will go with you to your subconsciousness and will protect you from dangerous, very serious dangerous. Because when you open subconsciousness, you open the vision, ability to see the subtle dimension. And most of your past incarnation were very destructive, very horrible. As a rule, you will see the astral space in your subconsciousness, very horrible experience. And without teacher is very dangerous and hard, and you can lost there in the astral space. And we say as usually you say about such people that they have lost their mind. And I know such people. I also saw such cases who experienced astral flights or regressive hypnosis, and now they are mentally ill. They have lost their souls, their sane state. And of course, sometimes it is interested for people when they saw these astral realities, but after several years, they live very hard and unhappy life without health, happiness, and love. But they had that experience. But if they understood that they did not have to take this path, but to work on yourself, to create the energy protection for themselves, and very strong energy state, and core, inner core, and strong willpower, where no one, when no one can influence them, then they would have the great results. And friends, I can tell you that magicians are still exist. Witchcraft and magical rituals, voodoo rituals, and it's also reality. And there are such people. And can you tell me, will everyone can defend himself from such influences? No, of course no. For this you need to have very strong spirit, open divine spirit in yourself, and have the revealing superpowers, extrasensory abilities, and developed energy potential. So the spiritual development, this is the greatest way of self-control. When a person need to learn how to feel right, think right, to control their emotions and thoughts, to learn how to make right decisions, to manage completely your psyche, your mental state, it means your soul, to learn how to see the past and the future, to see this space of the past and future events, to learn to hear the voice of God in yourself, to learn how to create the future reality, your future events, together with your guardian seraphims. Learn how to strive to the next developed world, mentioned worlds. Learn how to help your loved ones, your children, your family members to reveal their divine potential, understanding that they will go with you to the new life, to the new stages of your evolution, if you will help them. And you will know all of this and understand how to do this right, how to manage this high divine knowledge, high instruments and methods of your material but very constructive life. I'm ready to your questions. Good evening. So, friends, the first question is from Anna. What is the energy integrity, how to develop it, and to learn how to maintain it? Natalia Rodina answers, the energy integrity is revealed in you in the case when you open all your energy centers. You call them chakras or energy batteries. When they are open at the 100%, you are the integral person. Your subtle bodies perceive high vibrations, create your energy field, and connect you with the higher torsion field, primary torsion field, and you feel this force. This is the state of self-confidence, inner peace, inner balance, emotional balance, the feeling of fullness, bliss, inner power, inner silence, inner happiness. It's the feeling when you are one with the Creator, the higher mind. You feel Himself within yourself. You feel God within yourself and His nature. And this is the result of your right self-development. The next question is from Victor from Dnipro. Natalia Vladimirovna, can a person use his spiritual development for gaining eternal life? Natalia Rodina says, if a person uses something, it cannot give him the right result. A person can develop his energy, abilities, and then direct it to developing his eternal life, gaining his eternal life. The next question is very interesting. Natalia Vladimirovna, can you tell us what is the difference between mistrust to the teacher and the tries to find the explanations to all my questions? It's a very good question. When a person mistrusts someone, it's when he has such a state in himself, when he deceits someone, when he sometimes lies someone, then he will mistrust other people. And especially when he goes to some specialist, he will try to find some catch. And he will not be focused on the information, the answers of the specialist. He will be waiting for the catch. This is one aspect. Another state is when a person is listening to some lecture, for example, my lecture, and notices that I answer to one question to one person in one way, then I answer to another person in another way. And then a person is wondering why I answered differently to one and another person. But friends, I told everything right in the first and second cases because I have to answer it differently to different people. When I answer to someone's question, I entered his subconsciousness and saw what was his past experience and what will be his reaction to my words if I will tell him now uh, some information. And the same time, I will do this with everyone, with the second person and everyone who asked me. That's why I know that I need to find the individual approach to everyone. That's why you can have such doubts and such a question, because each of you is identical and unique. You have your own unique experience. Each of you even has your own worldview and understanding of life. Each of you even see this world differently in your own colors, with your own reactions and feelings. So how can I give the same answers to different people? So the questions can be similar, but at the superficial look, but the real meaning are different. So if you want to figure out and ask me, your teacher, I will tell you in the third way so that it will be clear to you. So how can you find this trust to the teacher and how to understand that it is your real teacher? When you feel this teacher with your soul, when you love him or her, and when you trust him. First of all, trust. When you understand that sometimes you cannot understand something clearly, but you want to figure out with this. You want to delve in it. And when you expand your consciousness, thanks to the knowledge, information, then you will perceive the question of every person as I do, understanding the deep meaning. But when you feel doubts that arise in you, you need to understand that it's not the mistake of Natalia Rodina. It means that I cannot understand everything clearly and in full. That's why I cannot understand this question. It means that I need to ask her again and to understand the clear and true answer to this question, to find the truth. This is how it should be. The next question. Natalia Vladimirovna, now the most important thing is the inner state of a person. For your learners, it's much harder to maintain the emotional balance in the social life than for Tibetan monks. And by the way, another question, there is the scale of spirituality. Natalia Rodina says, yes, there are such indicators of the spirituality that defines your readiness to to finish your evolution on this planet and to go to the mentioned worlds, to the next stage of your evolution. But in general, to reach the perfection and to reveal your higher self completely on this planet is impossible. If someone promises you this result, you should know that this person deceives you. So it's impossible, but what is possible is to unfold the first aspects of your higher self. But to open it, you can in the process of your internal evolution in eternity. And every time to embody the next developed planet, you will reveal more and more aspects of your higher self. Since you know what is the higher self, is God the Creator, the Heavenly Father. So how can you reveal His divine nature here on this primitive planet? You can start to open some aspects of His nature here, because the material values and the system that rules this planet interferes you in this, hinders you, and even forbids you to do this. So yes, you need to open, and you can open the first aspects of your higher self to develop very high energy potential and abilities, and to strive to dimension worlds, the next planets, more developed planets for your evolution. And there you will continue to reveal and develop other aspects of your divine nature, your higher self. It's very rare cases when people can reach the merger with the thought adjuster here on this planet. Usually it happens in dimension worlds, but even having reached this state, the person continues to develop his higher self. Because when it happens here on Earth, then a person in the process of enlightenment just burns in the light, a very bright flash of light, dissolves this person. How this happened to Enoch, the first person who reached the merger with the thought adjuster here on the earth. And then he went to the next developed mentioned world, and then he returned to the earth in the shape of the god Thoth in Egypt, or Hermes in the ancient Greece. There were other personalities, humans who reached this state. I will not tell about them, but it also took place. And Jesus Christ also underwent this process during the baptized in the river, and then he left for 40 days and nights, and his disciples told them that he changed very, very much, that they could not recognize it. So he became God after that, after this merger with Thought Adjuster. And the next week I will conduct the course about the life of Jesus Christ, and will tell you more than in the Urantia book, although this is the great book, and it's great that it exists on the planet, that it is given to humanity. So, friends, many people are pretending in spirituality. They play in it, play like in games. That's why many of them are trapped in the astral traps. Sergei Arkadьевич says that many people have to fight with pride and arrogance. Especially it's important for people who are at the high level, have high status. The next question, the artificial intellect is the reality. It's like the new religion and the trap for human souls.
Это такая новая религия, это ловушка для душ? Галина спрашивает.
Natalia Rodina says, yes, my friends, there are so much things now in the world. And friends, I can tell you that I am exploring this thing, artificial intellect. And I can tell you that in the future, so many things will happen, and the artificial intellect will play a very important role, and will give good and bad results, both constructive and destructive. So yes, now it's the trap for humanity. But people who tell you that it's very useful tell for some purpose, because they are serving for the system and they need to fulfill their responsibilities. They are working for the system. The next question, will the ancient beings create the schools on our planet? Natalia Rodina says, yes, they will open the schools. You can call them alien beings, but I can call them spiritual beings who fulfill the will of God the Creator. So there will be such processes after the completion of the quantum transition, after 2034, 2036, and they will help you and develop humanity. But now we have started this process. We have opened the international school for children a year ago, and we started to develop spiritually our children. And now it's the new process, this the novelty, but in the future it will be a normal, natural process. People will know that if you want to go with the life, you need not only to learn how to manage and use high technologies, but also manage yourself, your energy, your abilities, because new technologies and appliance will be controlled by the people's mind. And who will teach you to these new abilities? Spiritual beings and spiritual teachers.
Кто вам в этом будет помогать? Кто вас будет этому учить? Духовные учителя.
The next question from Anatoly. Natalia Rodina, tell me please how to learn to hear the first thought, to catch it. Natalia Rodina says, as I understand, you ask about your first, the right thought that gives you the tip in your decisions in your question. It is sent by the Creator through your intuition. And as soon as you ask your question internally, this thought appears instantly. And if this thought is from the Creator, from voice of God, then it appears both with the inner confidence, inner conviction. You should know that then this thought is right, is truthful, and is from the Creator. Then the next, the second thought can arise that maybe it's not the right thought, maybe it's not true, maybe you should think more. This is the ego creates the thoughts in you. But the first thought from God appears with the inner conviction, when you have no doubts. The next question Ilona asks from the Kirchen city. Can you tell us that spiritually developed people have the spiritual mentors in the spiritual worlds? If yes, how we can connect with them? Natalia Rodina says, of course, there are such spiritual mentors. You are preparing for this level of development. These spiritual mentors from the subtle space help you to find your teacher. They create your internal questions to which you want to find the answers. How to arrange this connection with them. The Arranger book also reveals you the information about this. You need to learn to hear the thought adjuster, as the Arranger book calls it, or the voice of God. This is this part of the Creator in you. And this is the spiritual being that is always in contact with you, is always in you and works with your minds. And you should not ask him to talk to you. He is interested in contact with you. Since this is the part of the God's mind, He comes to you from the paradise, and without them you would not have any development, without thought adjusters. All people would do only mistakes. This is a very primitive level of development of human mind. So only thanks to thought adjusters you are developing. So you should not ask them to talk with you. They are always talking with you. You just need to learn how to contact with them, how to hear them. If guardian seraphims are not talking to you, they just carry out their own tasks. But they help you to arrange your events, life situations, but they arrange only those situations that are in your plan for your life. So when you ask them, that is absent in your life plan, they will not give you, they will not arrange you this situation. But there is such a divine law that if you ask them to give you something, some situation twice, even if there is no such plan in your life plan, they will do this for you because according to this law, they have to do this. And even if it will be destructive and painful for you, but they will do this if you will ask them twice. So they will go aside and will wait until you will experience the results of these situations. And they will wait until you realize that it was mistake. Since you are also creators, so you can ask that if guardian seraphims don't help us and don't fulfill our favors, who created these events? You, because you are creators. Your mind and your thoughts are the creative force, thanks to which you create your life events. So if you want something, you, with your force of magnetism, the power of your thoughts, realize it, materialize it in your life. Another thing is whether you will be happy after fulfilling this wish. But guardian seraphims, spiritual beings, are not involved in the results of this situation. They arrange only the situations that should be according to your life plan, because they see your energy informational field and they see the plan of events for your life that voice of God, the thought adjuster, have created for you before your incarnation. Before every incarnation, the thought adjuster create your life plan for the next incarnation and the situation, events that you have to experience, and then guardian seraphims arrange you these events. But you should not ask them for this. They are responsible for these tasks, for these events, and this is their responsibility to create the events of your divine plan, to arrange your life according to the plan of the thought adjuster. So, how to create this contact with your spiritual beings, with your thought adjuster? You always have this contact. The most important for you is to have the pure mind, pure thoughts, to have the pure and open souls. It's when you're kind, when you're merciful, when you don't judge anyone, when you share everything with other people, when you don't serve money, but serve God and the highest moral values and divine laws and knowledge, and you live according to them, then you should know for sure that the highest divine hierarchy of beings, spiritual beings, and your guardian seraphims are always with you. Often they give you some tips, love signs, especially when you see the similar digit on the clock, 11, 11, 21, 21, and others. It means that they show you that they are with you, next to you, that they see you, that they feel you, that they know everything about you, and that they take care of you. And they want to show you that be very vigilant to your thoughts, to your emotions, to your decisions and actions, since it's very easy to pretend, but the hardest thing is to be such. Do we have many questions, Sergei Arkadьевич? Yes? So I will try to answer quickly.
Если получится,
Okay.
да.
So the next question, Елена from New York asks, can you tell me, it's the truth that in the past there was just one religion for the whole world and people were developed and spiritual? And will it be such a future for us on the planet? Natalia Rodina says, I can tell you, friends, that very soon I will conduct such a course about the real history of the planet and about the mysteries of the pyramids, I will reveal you many truths about the real history of our planet. But now I can tell you that initially the life of the planet were developed by the highly spiritual beings. We cannot say that they were humans, but I can tell that initially the life on the planet was created constructively. But people, the first people, were created from the animals. So more than 300,000 years together, humans and spiritual beings lived together. Ordinary humans who were created from the animal nature, animal resources, from monkeys. But spiritual beings put a divine soul into them. So those humans have to develop their souls to the high spiritual level. So those ancient people were developing only thanks to the spiritual beings who lived with them, who taught them, created very constructive and developed culture, art. They cultivated the pure culture to humans. They taught them to learn and master many skills, gave them knowledge. And then you told about the ages that gods lived among people. Yes, sometimes human tribes had wars and they settled their conflicts. They developed people. Spiritual beings taught and gave a lot of knowledge to people. Many of them, of these humans, ancient humans, reached a very high level of spirituality, and they left this planet and went to dimension worlds. But then, when everything was distorted after the Lucifer rebellion, everything failed. Because what happened? After the Lucifer rebellion, 60% of the spiritual beings became fallen, and their leader was not, and he was the chief financier of the planet at that time. That's why now the governments of the planet, of all countries on the earth, attached you to material values, to material things and finances. Since that fallen spiritual beings left their descendants, they fertilized the human women and they left their DNA. And that's why they created a lot of half-blooded people who had that fallen genes. And now they rule the world. Yes, I know that I'm explaining too much, but I want you to know this greatest truth. The next question Marina asks, can the soul choose the autoimmune illness as the way to leave this world and to go to dimension world? I understand what you are asking about. Yes, exactly in this case, it's possible. But, friends, please stop, because you you will say that all autoimmune illnesses will lead to dimension worlds. But I see multifaceted information. In this case, I'm asking for this woman. It's true, but in other cases, it cannot be so. The next
Следующий
question,
вопрос задает Евгения.
Evgenia asks,
Natalia Vladimirovna,
Natalia Rodina,
возможно,
can we
развиваясь
develop in
здесь
here,
духовно,
spiritually,
в
in this
этой
material
реальности,
life,
помочь
to
себе в
help
параллельной
ourselves
реальности,
in
в другом
the other
измерении?
dimension, in the parallel life?
Конечно, возможно.
Natalia Rodina
Да,
says,
мы
yes,
так и
of course, it's
делаем,
possible,
конечно.
and we
Нужно
are
научиться
doing
работать
this
с
during our
сегментарностью
studying.
своих душ.
You need to
Да,
learn how to
можно
work with the
поработать
segments of your
с
soul.
подсознанием.
This is
Более глубокая,
extended,
расширенная
expanded
работа с
work with your
подсознанием.
subconsciousness, one of the
Следующий
level of our
вопрос.
studying. The next question,
Криминальный.
a
Для
criminal
чего,
question,
Sayara
Sayara
задает, для
asks,
чего и кто стер хроники
who
Акаши о
erased
древних цивилизациях,
Akashi
их учениях и
chronic,
взаимодействиях с другими
why
высшими
did they
силами?
disappear?
Как и почему они пропали?
We need to
Надо
hear the
расследование, но быстро.
investigation, but very
Хорошо.
quickly.
Их
Yes,
стерли
this
инопланетяне,
source of knowledge was
инопланетный падший
erased by
разум,
the
который по
alien
сей
beings,
день
fallen
присутствует на
alien
этой
beings who
планете.
now are
Следующий
present on the
вопрос.
planet and rule the world.
Тоже Марина спрашивает,
The next
скажите,
question,
можно ли вылечиться
can a
эпилепсиком,
person heal epilepsy,
развивая
developing
духовность?
spiritually, or there is
Или
another
можно
way?
как-то по-другому?
Of course, it's possible,
Конечно,
Natalia Rodina
можно.
says.
А
I have
сколько у
so
меня таких
many
учеников,
disciples
которые
who came
пришли
to
ко
me
мне
with these
именно с
problems.
этими
Now they are
проблемами.
completely
Сейчас
healthy
это
people.
здоровые люди.
The
Главное идти
main thing
дальше
is
и
to
понимать, почему
realize
это
the
происходит.
reasons why
И
it
не
happens
допускать больше,
and to
не создавать
change
причин
your
для
internal
возникновения
programs
этого заболевания.
so
Вообще,
that
друзья
you
мои,
or these people
это особенность у
will
людей.
not
Просто
create the
если
reasons
бы
for
родители
these
таких детей
illnesses.
правильно развивали с
And in general,
детства, у
friends,
них бы
if
не было
people
этих проблем, и они бы к
developed
этому времени были бы уже
spiritually
хорошими
their souls
артистанцами.
from the childhood, they would not
Следующий
have these
вопрос.
problems now. And
Следующий
the next,
вопрос,
or
ну,
rather
последний.
the
Хорошо.
Тут
final
можно
question, so
не так
you can
быстро.
answer widely.
Задает Светлана
Svetlana
из
from
Литвы.
Litva asks,
Прошу
maybe it's
прощения за
provoking
провокационный
question.
вопрос.
It's possible that
Возможно ли,
sometimes
что
you are
вы
wrong,
когда-либо
or you made
ошибаетесь,
mistake,
ошибались в
or
чем-то
you
или чего-то можете не
don't
знать?
know the answer in some case? Natalia
Конечно,
Rodina
возможно,
says,
друзья мои.
of course it's
Конечно,
possible, but
возможно.
if I
Но
understand that
если я
I
понимаю,
was
что я
wrong
в
in
чем-то
something,
ошиблась,
I don't
никогда
stop
не
on this.
остаюсь. Во-первых, я
First, I
признаю
admit
эту
this
ошибку,
mistake, and
а
then
во-вторых, я
I'm
копаю до
finding
истины.
for the
Мне
answer.
нужно познать
I'm searching
истину.
for the truth.
Но
But
сейчас,
in
друзья
principle,
мои,
now I can
я
answer
в
all the
принципе
questions
могу
because
ответить
I
на
can
все
connect the primary
вопросы,
torsion
которые
field there
существуют. На
where
один
there
вопрос
is
только я
knowledge
не
about
могу ответить,
everything.
и
I
мои
cannot
ученики
answer
знают,
only
на
one
какой
question,
вопрос
and my
я
learners
не
know
отвечаю. А
what
так,
I'm telling
на
about.
любой вопрос.
How can I
Таким образом,
answer any question?
очень тесная связь
Because
с
I connect
первичным
to
торсионным
the
полем и с
divine
высшим
space, energy
божественным
information
полем.
field, and spiritual
Я
hierarchy
думаю,
of
здесь
beings.
больше провокации в том,
Sergei
что
Arkadьевич said
имеется в
that
виду,
I think
вот
that
в
that
каких-то
woman
передачах
meant
вы
our
говорили
live
это, а
broadcast.
потом вы говорите
How
то.
much you are serious in the live broadcast,
Насколько серьезно вы
information that
относитесь
you
к
are
тому,
giving
что вы
us here.
говорите в эфире?
Насколько серьезно?
Natalia Rodina
Да
says,
куда уж
of course,
серьезнее, друзья.
I
Как
have
это не
very
относиться
serious
серьезно,
attitude.
если слушает меня аудитория душ, которые ищут Бога?
But my
Как
answers
же ж?
depend
Но просто
on
ответы мои
the
могут быть
question,
разными,
on
в
the
зависимости
internal
от
readiness
вопросов,
of
от
people to
запроса,
hear
от
my
внутреннего
answers.
состояния человека, как я вам уже говорила, друзья. И если
If you
вы
will watch the live
послушаете мои
broadcast, you will see
передачи, вы
that the
увидите,
truth,
что в
knowledge
принципе истина-то
are
одна,
one,
но я могу
but I
по-разному это
can
рассказывать,
explain them
по-разному
you
каждому
differently
человеку, каждой
when I
аудитории
work with different
преподносить.
audience,
Потому что одна аудитория
depending on how
понимает
you
правильно вот таким
attitude
образом,
me
другая
and
по-другому.
attitude and
Поэтому
perceive
вот
this
так вот
information.
я всегда
So for
ответственна.
me, it's the most
Знаете,
important
самое
thing.
великое, что есть
My
для
mission,
меня в
my
моей жизни,
service to
это моя
humanity.
миссия служения.
There
Выше
is no
этого,
something
значимее
highest
этого нет
in this life.
ничего. Ничего. Хотя у меня есть
Although I
семья,
have a family,
есть вот как и у вас есть
the
семьи,
same family
но
as
самое
you have
главное
in
для
your
меня
life, but the
это
most important
служение
thing for me
человечеству.
is service to
Через
the
служение Богу.
humanity,
Я служу
and
Богу
this is my
через
service to God.
служение вам.
Serving
И
you,
всегда, когда я
I'm
что-то говорю,
serving
для
to
меня
God.
это очень значимо. Я вам скажу больше.
So when
Когда я
I'm
сажусь и
preparing to
готовлюсь к эфиру, вот
live
одеваю
streaming,
микрофончик,
I'm preparing,
Сергей Аркадьевич мне
I
ставит
settle the
водичку, я
microphone, Sergei
усаживаюсь себе
Arkadьевич
там
is
вот.
preparing
Я
a
знаете, о
glass
чем
of water
думаю?
for
Я
me. I
всегда
always
обращаюсь к
appeal to
Создателю
God
и
and
всегда ему говорю:
ask
Отец
Him,
моей души,
the Father of my
говори
soul,
моими словами, скажи
tell through my
человечеству все
voice,
то,
give the knowledge that I need to reveal to them, open their souls, and wake them up from this horrible blind dream when they understand their delusions and reasons of their problem. Let my mind and body and soul will speak with your words. Friends, I'm preparing in this way every time. If you could delve into my soul, you would understand how much all my phrases are pure. And as I told you today, that when a person sees deception in someone or in everyone, it means that he has this deceptive state in himself. Each of us see our internal programs in others. We will finish
Коротко
just
еще два
two quick
вопросика.
questions. Okay.
Хорошо. Один такой, ну, надо помочь разобраться, а
The first
второй
question when person
просит
want to
очень
figure out.
человек подсказки.
Natalie
Натали
from
из
Norway.
Норвегии. Наталья
Natalia
Владимировна,
Rodina, can you
пожалуйста, подскажите,
tell and give
помогите,
the
как можно
recommendations
избавиться от
how to
зависимости к
cope
человеку?
with
Это уже
abusing?
невыносимо, и
All
никакие
methods
методы
we
не помогают,
tried,
к
but
сожалению.
nothing happened. Natalia Rodina says, who forbids you to love this person? Just love. To love this flower or this glass. Love is great, but possession, abusing, is the wrong process. So love is when you love without any goals, any self-interest. The most important goal for you will be so that this person will be happy. When you do not want anything from this person, is when you love unconditionally, without any conditions. When you just love this person and you do not need anything from him. And you're happy when this person is happy. Learn to love in this way, because self-interest, egoism can be expressed even in such attachment, such possession. So this is egoistic program. Erase and disintegrate this program. And the final question Fatima asks, she wants to figure out.
Фатима задает, помочь ей разобраться.
There are many
Наталья
gods,
Владимировна, есть много богов.
and what is the name of the
А как
highest
зовут
God?
Верховного
And
Бога?
it's
И
true
правда ли,
that
что миром правит
Trinity
триада
governs
богов?
all the world. Natalia Rodina says it's true that Trinity rules not only this world but the whole cosmos, the universal Father, the eternal Son, and the infinite Spirit. We call this paradise Trinity, God the Creator, because He has triune nature, and God has many names. In principle, everything that you see around yourself and in the cosmos is Him, is God, because everything is made of His energy. But God can be in different state, in manifested and unmanifested. Manifested state of life also can be in different state, in material, semi-material, and spiritual. Spiritual state of life, manifested life also can be in manifested and unmanifested state. So there are millions and billions of names of the Creator. So to tell you the names, it's impossible. He is omnipotent and omnipresent. So everything that exists is His energy, His power. But He is creating this world not alone. We can compare it with the duality in this world, and there are women and men in this world, and you are creating your children together. So the Creator also has such a complement part, the Mother Spirit, who manifests everything, makes everything visible. So everything that you see is created by the Creator and the Mother manifested Spirit. So friends, our live streaming is coming to an end. Of course, we will
конечно же,
meet again,
встретимся с
definitely.
вами еще
I
не
know
один раз,
this
я
and
в
I
это
hope
верю.
that it
Хочется,
will
чтобы
happen.
этот,
So I
этот
really
эфир
want you to have the
принес каждому из
greatest
вас
benefits
величайшую
from this
пользу.
live streaming.
Очень хочется,
And
чтобы вы его
I would like you
прослушали еще,
to
может быть, не один
re-listen
раз
to this
и услышали
broadcast several
то,
times
что нужно
and
каждому из
to
вас. И
understand everything
услышали
right, not
правильно. Не
how
так,
the
как вам там
egoistic mind
Нефариус
will tell
нашепчет, а
you
вот
and will
видишь, а вот
explain
то,
you.
а вот все, а вот сказала
Take
так, а вот
it
то, до.
aside, drive
Нет,
it away,
отодвиньте его в
let
сторону.
it to find
Пусть
another
погуляет пока.
person who
Пусть
soars
другую
to
ищет себе
the
жертву,
ego
похожую на него
and
самого,
will leave you
кто
alone.
продал душу уже давно ему. А вас
And
пусть
you will
оставит в
listen
покое.
to the most
И я
important
желаю, чтобы
thing
каждый
that
из
will
вас
lead you
услышал
to
то
the
нужное,
salvation
то
and
важное,
revealing of
что
your
приведет к
divine
спасению
nature,
вашей души и
to the
вашей
right
жизни.
and greatest
Духовного вам,
spiritual
правильного,
development.
созидательного развития. До
Up to
новых
new
встреч,
meetings, friends.
друзья. До
Goodbye.
свидания.